This is New Mexico Earth Science Lesson 2, Tools of a Meteorologist, Part 2. So to start this lesson off, when the students enter the classroom, make sure that they find the thermometers that they spread around the class last lesson and discuss what they found and have them interpret their results with the readings of the temperature around the room. For this lesson, students are going to figure out how to figure out relative humidity. So make sure that you introduce students to the chart, which is the Tools of a Meteorologist chart, which is their daily weather findings. This is probably on the inside cover of the student booklet. So on this chart, students will fill in the date and all the weather readings that they find. So to start this, we're going to start with humidity, relative humidity. So to do this, students are going to need 2 thermometers, 2 cotton swabs, one of them wet, one of them dry, a barometer, and a relative humidity chart. There's one of these accessible to students in their handbooks as well. So to set this up, you're going to want to have students hypothesize about what they're going to find using the if, then, because statements and the poster included in the lesson. You're going to want to have them predict what's going to happen to the thermometers and where they place them, what the difference between the wet bulb and the dry bulb is going to be, and let them explore with what they think is going to happen. So to perform this experiment, you're just going to take the cotton swabs and you're going to put them on the ends of the thermometers like so. And then you're going to set both thermometers in a controlled environment in front of a kind of fan so that they can dry off quickly. What you're going to do then is you're going to read the 2 thermometers. One of them is the wet bulb and one of them is the dry bulb. So what you're going to do is you're going to subtract the dry bulb temperature from the wet bulb temperature. Then on this chart, you're going to find the dry bulb temperature that you've recorded and figure out where that fits with the difference between the wet and the dry bulb temperature. And that number is the relative humidity. So students should practice this and make sure that they log this in their booklets. The next part of this lesson is part of the science corner, but it includes the barometer. So to function this barometer, you're going to need to know the relative elevation of your area. So to adjust that, which is the black bar, there's a small screw hole right here in the back for like a flathead screwdriver. So you're going to want to just adjust that to the elevation of your surroundings, which you can find online or on the news. The next thing that you're going to need to adjust is this front dial, which is the finder hand, and you're going to adjust that to today's or the current time's air pressure reading. Make sure students take note of the HPA reading, which is hectopascals. That's going to be important later in the lesson. So make sure that you have this somewhere in the classroom. Students, to use the barometer, should go back every hour to check and make sure or record the change, and there's a chart included for students to do so. It's important to check every hour so that you can get an accurate reading of the air pressure.